Oh, it's all the way in the other room. Okay, well, I have the easel,
Oh, okay.
but I don't, the whiteboard's in the other room. So if we need the whiteboard, I'm ready.
All right, and I think the chat is ready. Um,
Or chat.
oh, hey,
Hello.
Steph is here. Yay.
Fantastic.
Are you ready? Are
Yeah,
Um,
you ready?
that is a great question. Are you
I
ready
don't
for
know.
what we've got for you
I
tonight?
am fucking tired. I am
This
so
is not going to
tired.
help.
Congratulations, Steph. You did awesome.
I'm literally I am a pile of goo right now.
Tell everybody what you
I
did.
what did I do on the
Yeah.
boat?
What did-
I trimmed downwind and tried to make myself heard on tactics and stuff, and we managed to. The people listened to me today, unlike yesterday,
See,
motherfuckers.
everything turns out so well. All you have to do is listen to women.
So tired. Oh
And what
God, I'm
was
tired.
for people that may be tuning in later and haven't or have not been hearing you on other streams today? What was the end result? What happened?
The end result. Well, for people, wait a minute. Are we live? We're
We
live
are
We
now.
are.
live.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
Jesus!
Mhm.
I was engaged in a sailing competition Saturday and Sunday. In other words, yesterday and today. Uh, to For the J24, which is a J24, which is a type of sailboat, 24 feet long, nine feet 3 inches wide. It's a one design class, a competition for the Northeast Regional and District 1 and State of Maine, State of Maine championship, which had a qualifying sport for the 2024 World Championships,
Woo.
and we won the regatta, and it was a long, hard slog. There were uh, there were 5 races yesterday, 3 races today, and we won.
You won. Oh my
And
god.
I'm tired. I am tired.
Well, you know what? Just treat the oncoming fatigue and the sleepiness. Just lean into the hallucinatory aspects of it, okay? Because it'll just treat it like an inebriant. Because
I leaned into the hallucinatory aspects of the regatta I'm sorry, of the video we're about to watch. And perhaps, I don't know, should I thank Roger for inspiration? It's like, this is such bullshit. It needs overcoming.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I
if you
mean,
get to a point where you just can't, I totally understand. Because this one, I remember throwing this at Doc, and I'm like, is this too much? It feels like it's too
never too
much.
much. It's never too
no,
much.
it's not really. But I am well prepared. I am well prepared this evening. I do have my turkey
Fantastic.
Holy feather!
as as upon close examination, Roger's little feathery thingy here is in fact a turkey feather.
Yes, it
Take
is.
a look. It's turkey feather. And this turkey feather didn't come from Jesus, came from my wheel well because I hit a turkey once. Yeah. You know, roadkill. I like driving down the highway, crushing critters on my grill. Roadkill. Well, whatever.
Is that an actual? Is that an actual song?
Yes, it
It
is.
is
It's
now.
it is no, it is actually. It's by you won't find it in you could Google it, you might find it, but it's by a friend of mine, Steve Byther, and the Wicked Good Band from the state of Maine. They have a number of great tunes that they put out.
All
You
right.
know,
So, Lord. Are you ready for it?
I mean,
God, I'm so ready.
All right, let's
yeah.
do it. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? And I also want to thank Ember for that awesome raid. Ember, we stand a good Ember over here.
And
So,
we also would love to thank Beck for also advertising for us.
yeah, if anyone from Backstream made it on over, welcome, welcome. We love you all.
I mean,
Mwah, mwah, mwah. And all right, let's get this party started.
let's do it. I'd just like to
Oh, and
remind
also the
everybody
obligatory: do not do this sober, kids.
it's not healthy.
It's a
Fit,
bad idea. You really
yeah.
do need to have a little bit of something to go with the craziness you're about to engage with.
It's gonna be a fun one.
I'd just like to remind everybody that the channel that we're going to that we're responding to, our good old favorite Mudfossil University, Rodger, has 185,000 subscribers.
He does. He does.
So
It just keeps growing.
it's it's a dark time in the world. It is. Let's do this.
You know, Roger, once again, and I am a researcher. So everybody's talking about dark matter now. They've been talking about it for over 100 years. Nobody can figure it out. We can't figure it out. We can't find it. Well, I think I can actually show it to you, and I will. But let's see what they have to say. This is Paul Sutter, and at least he's saying, have we gotten dark matter all wrong? Let's see what he has to say. And now there's new discussion about there's a region in space they have found it contains no dark matter. Now,
It's
they say everywhere contains dark
Yeah. I mean, I can think of a region in space that contains
Keep
no
rolling
gray
the
matter.
tape.
matter except this one region that they can find. This is a strange time in physics, my friend. Very strange. Let's see if we can sort this out.
Aren't they all?
Okay. Physics is not as difficult as you think. I'm going to make
Oh yeah, it's super simple.
So I just gotta say, technically, I agree with him. But only in the words that just came out of his mouth. Physics really isn't as hard as people think it is. But it's way harder for this guy than he thinks it is. Because he doesn't understand any physics at all, and every time he acts like he does, I die a little bit inside. I'm sorry.
And he doesn't understand why real scientists won't talk to him about this. Must be because you're all Illuminati shills, bastards.
this so simple that a young child could understand this.
Yeah.
Now, a child on a merry-go-round spins around and around and around. Now, the faster it spins, the more likely the kid's going to get thrown off if he's not holding tight. Everybody understands that. So if galaxies are spinning, which they appear to be spinning, why don't the planets and everything go flying off? Why do they?
The planets and everything go flying off.
Planets.
What the what?
Roger
Which
also doesn't
gravity?
understand
Which gravity well exactly did you fall down, Roger? I mean, it's like Roger is down the well. Roger's falling down the well. What the hell, man?
Yeah, no, I don't. That's not how galaxies work. Like, yes, galaxies have a lot of planets in them, but you're thinking of solar. I hate this so much. Why? Why? Do you do this?
Why?
Also,
Exactly.
the answer for the record. The answer for the record.
Yeah.
What's the answer? You know. You both know the answer. Why?
Gravity.
It's gravity.
I really with that meme of the guy. He's like gravity.
Gravity. Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
that old man just feeling gravity like 10
I
times.
think he uses the R word though. Is the unfortunate thing about that
Oh,
meme.
yeah, I don't want to use that.
Yeah, it's not great. But
Well, all
What
right,
R word do you mean,
let's get
Rodger?
it. Let's get into it. It's like the
Really?
things that are actually that are revolving are actually trying to go straight, right?
and they are going
They're
straight in
and they are
curved
going.
space-time.
They're going straight. They're going straight according to them, according to where they are in
Four-dimensional
curved
space-time. Yes.
space and four-dimensional space time. That's it's not mysterious. Like it just isn't mysterious.
Okay, well, so I would push back on that a little bit. I've never
Okay.
taken a class on general relativity. The idea that you can curve space and time, I do think it's fair to call that like mysterious. It is not. It's
It's
but that's
Okay.
that's a very vague word that doesn't have a meaning in physics,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It only means something intuitively, and I I give these people like Rodger so much leeway. I give them so much leeway, and I will interpret
shouldn't.
everything in their favor because they're after doing all of that, they are still undeniably and unambiguously wrong in like 800 different obvious ways. And I like to pick my battles, and I like to pick the ones that I always win because, you know,
Yeah,
Leo's
well.
here. You're losing all the battles.
well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Yeah.
I'm the only person that I'm aware of who has ever won a battle about physics with Leo. So, just saying.
Ooh, shots fired.
Whoa! Mighty Smackdown. There we go. I don't know. Anyway, I don't find that's like it's weird that Rodger goes about planets and all that. It's just he betrays his fundamental bullshit ignorance when he's just
100%.
conflating. And when he's conflating local movements and universal, literally, movements in the same frame, it's just the guy doesn't have any fucking clue. Just roll the goddamn tape. Jesus Christ, the guy's an idiot.
Keep compressing closer and closer. This has to do with this dark matter. And they might. This is
No,
exactly
it
correct.
doesn't.
We might need to radically revamp our understanding of the fundamental of physics. And yes, because everything there is a dipole. So
It's not.
everything
We don't have time. We don't have time, chat.
changes. They had monopoles. They had a positive core, 100% positive, and then nothing but electrons.
Okay, by the way, I want to make a rule. Hold on. Steph, let me say this. I want to make a rule, Maya.
You go.
Okay.
Do not feature any comment that the monster Titan Uranus posts because I just can't take
Jesus,
it.
don't go here. Jesus Christ. Shut the fuck.
On the outside, 100% negative.
I mean,
That has some validity to it, but not much. And I'll try to explain to you why. Because everything is made of dipoles when you get down to the absolute fundamental particles, the basic
Pause
absolute.
the tape. This is an example of Rodger talking about using words, terms, that are in the discussion of theoretical physics, etc., and so forth. in front of a general audience that has no idea what those terms actually mean in the discourse. And in doing so, throwing the whole argument towards bullshit. I mean, when you're talking about monopoles and dipoles, yes, there's this whole thing. How come spin works this? How come this works this? But people have heard these phrases out in the internet, heard these phrases out in the ozone, and they don't know what they really mean. And they haven't listened to physicists explain them properly, and they're listening to this asshole, and they're believing him. That's why he's got 150,000 subscribers. It's bullshit. Anyway, that's all I gotta say.
185. 185,000. Just sorry. But yeah. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, Steph.
Fundamental dipoles that make up protons, neutrons, and everything.
So both protons and neutrons do have dipole moments of magnetic dipole moments. The proton might even have an electric dipole. They might both have an electric dipole moment. Actually, I'm not sure. Again, this is my urge to give him everything that he's right about, so that you cannot come back at me later and be like, you're just biased against everything he says. It's not true. I shill more for Rodger than anybody else.
You do.
So they start
Which is
with
why
the
we're back.
tiniest.
Okay, I don't chill him. Yeah.
Tiniest dipole,
Wow.
which is a little black and white particle. Shown it many times. You're going to see it again today many times.
I know I am.
All right, listen to this.
Unfortunately.
It says here that if scientists don't find more concrete evidence for dark matter soon, we might need to radically revamp our understanding of fundamental physics and with it the universe itself. Well, I have found the dark matter.
That's not.
Woohoo!
So
Sounds like a challenge.
dark matter exists. Dark matter is when physicists say dark matter, we mean stuff that has like a density of some sort and exists in space and behaves according to gravity. That is what we mean by dark matter. It's a very general thing. There have been attempts to explain the things that are why we believe in dark matter. So the original way that dark matter was discovered, Leo mentioned this earlier, was by looking at the rotation rates of galaxies. And the stars on the outskirts of a galaxy seem to rotate much faster than could be explained by the gravitational attraction of the matter that we could see. And we have a lot of different ways of calculating and cross-checking that quantity. There seem to be extra gravity.
Well, yeah, that was Vera Rubin.
Yes,
but
that was Vera Rubin.
Let's give Fritzwicki, who actually coined the phrase dark matter, a little bit of credit, based on galaxy based on galaxy clusters, right? I mean, he was like, there appears to be more gravitational shit going on than can be accounted for by the observational,
Yes.
by the stuff we can see. I mean,
Yes.
Fritzwicki, first of all, Fritzwicki was a interesting character, and he referred to his opponents as spherical bastards, by which he meant
Sorry.
no matter how you look at them, they're bastards. which I've always appreciated as an observation when talking about your debate opponents. Anywho, but yeah, it was just Fritz Wiki found that coined the term, made the observation. Vera Rubin made meticulous observations about galactic rotations.
This is not our best evidence now, though.
No, it's not at all.
Anyway. The best evidence, so the easiest to understand evidence is probably examples like, I think it's the Bullet cluster, where you have a whole bunch, you have like 2 clusters of galaxy that collided into each other, and the matter hits hits and then stops because it has pressure and it interacts with itself, whereas the dark matter just goes right through it. And then you can look at the gravitational lensing around all of this, and it doesn't lens around the matter. It lenses around the 2 lobes of invisible stuff, which we call dark matter.
And that observation postdates both Zwicky. I think Zwicky's thing was ages ago, I mean 60s, 70s or something, and Vera Rubin's observation of galactic rotations. But yeah, there's tons of evidence of the fact that we can't explain the way the universe behaves without an addition of mass bending space-time.
Yes, and so what Leo just said about it's almost certainly not a modification of gravity. There have been a lot of attempts to explain dark matter by modifying the gravity instead of being 1 over r squared.
By modifying general relativity, yeah.
Exactly. It's for reasons that I don't entirely understand, which are probably historical. It's called modified Newtonian gravity because what you end up doing is you're modifying the 1 over r squared limit of the expansion, which is, the low mass, long distance limit of general relativity. But the thing about all of those proposals is what they're actually doing is they're proposing a new field, a new quantum field or something, and that field is stuff that has clumps and behaves gravitational. That's just dark matter. It's just dark matter. So even the models and stuff that aren't dark matter, they're actually just dark matter, and they call them with mostly minor details, according to Sean.
The simplest explanation is a surplus of mass that whose composition we don't understand, that we can't observe, have not observed yet.
Yep.
And yes, we need to revamp virtually everything. Chemistry all the way up, right from the very, very fundamental particles that make up everything. And yes, the universe. And the biology of the universe. We have to...
What?
The biology of the universe.
I was just going to ask, is that a thing?
I mean...
Is he just talking about the composition?
I think he's probably going to forget whatever he was talking about in the next 3 sentences. So, it probably doesn't matter. But no, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Now, it is possible that I could be proven wrong about that, and that the wise words that I learned from Adventure Time are true. That everything small is just a small version of something big. And that really the universe is just an atom in a big giant or something. But, yeah, probably not. Nah.
Start right from scratch, my friends. And this is being pushed back at very, very strongly by academia, who finds this very, intrusive. But truth is truth. And you're going to have to pay attention to this if you want truth. Because you won't hear it at universities. This is going to be something.
That's true. That's true. Unless you work in my lab and you ask me what I did yesterday on a Monday. Then you'll hear about it.
That you're going to have to pay attention to yourself, then make your own decision. Okay, let's talk about
Okay.
why we need to revamp everything about physics.
Sure, let's do
The
that.
universe is supposed to be a vacuum outside of the particles that are in the space. Everything else is supposed to be nothing out there, a vacuum. That's just not true whatsoever. Okay, we do need to radically revamp everything about physics, and here's why. Let's just take a look at what space is like. The reason they think there's dark matter is because
He's going to get this wrong. He's going to get it partially right, and if he said it 30 years ago, I think he's going to get it slightly right. But I don't actually remember what he says. But it's not going to be right overall.
Well, what he says is the universe is supposed to be a vacuum, and outside of everything, and that's just nonsense.
It is.
No, it's
like
not.
insane.
It's just nonsense. Nobody's saying
yeah,
the
it is
universe is
nonsense.
supposed
That's
to
what
be
I'm
a
agreeing.
vacuum. The universe is supposed to be the universe. It's like he's setting up. It's a universal straw man that the guy's creating here, and it's just nonsense. No, the universe is the universe, and just because he doesn't understand the math or the concepts as have been elucidated by many astrophysicists. It's not just a vacuum. It's a thing. It's a process. The universe is a process, not a vacuum. Vacuums are a part of an appreciation of what the universe is, but the universe isn't a vacuum.
Also,
It's not. It's
the
just
question of what a vacuum
go
is
fuck yourself.
is also a very complicated one.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just bullshit. It's just such bullshit. I'm sorry,
interaction
people.
against the matter we can see, the glowy part matter.
The glowy
Glowy.
part matter.
Glowy part.
Glowy.
Brilliant.
Glowy.
Mwah.
Is that like an
Glowy.
actual scientific term? I mean, I think I missed.
No.
I don't remember them talking about this in science class, but
Idiot.
like the glowy parts.
Literally never in my life.
Is that something that you learn in physics school?
No. But I guess that's because we're all just sheep, and he is peerless. He has no peers.
He has a bajillion followers, though.
Well, I mean,
Well, if he's a sheep, someone
Well, I
needs
guess-
some
I guess
shears.
that makes him the shepherd, though, doesn't it? Yeah.
They say there's dark matter out here. Well, obviously these arms are being bent back here as this thing is spinning, and the arms sticking out like on a merry-go-round are pushing against something in front of it, so it's bending them back.
I mean, there's a sense in which that's not totally wrong, but it's mostly totally wrong. The reason they do that is because if you just put a whole bunch of stuff and then you simulate it and it forms these spiral density waves.
Jesus
more
Christ,
often than not.
Tappy. You know what? You know what, Tappy? I hate it when you basically there's a sense in which it's not totally wrong. It's fucking totally wrong. You don't be afraid to say this is utter codswallop,
If you think at any point I am afraid of telling this man that he's full of shit, then you are sadly mistaken.
Oh, hey,
No.
remember earlier?
Except that this is where you and I sort of part ways in some respects, because it's like, no, maybe there's a little bit of truth in this. No, there's no fucking truth in it whatsoever. It's just garbage. Just no.
Listen, you remember when earlier you were talking shit about Leo? We were like, hey, here's some mud.
Leo's full of shit. We all know that.
Well, okay. You walked into it. I didn't walk into it. Okay, I saw this coming.
I mean, Stephanie's not
Leo,
wrong.
I'm sorry. We love you.
And also, Tapioca Weasel's right. I think he's like one of the only ones.
Oh no, it's Leo.
You can't say that on this channel. Like he's already got too big of a head.
Oh, this is great.
All right, otherwise they'd be sticking straight out. They just keep going straight, go flying out like that. And they are not. They are spinning and being crushed backwards. So there's obviously something.
They're getting crushed backward. Now that is totally wrong. Okay, there, Steph, are you happy?
Yes, I'm much happier right now.
In the spacer, and
You're full of shit.
The reason these arms are glowing is because they're impacting with space.
No, the reason the arms are glowing is because they're full of
yeah, right.
Like, this is not complicated.
You know, we're stopping every 3 seconds for this.
I'm pretty sure it's the ionized gas, but what the fuck do I know?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know how you impact the vacuum of space. That doesn't make sense.
I mean,
Of course it doesn't.
You just gotta believe.
Nonsense.
You don't see, because it is dark matter. But I will show you light going through the air, impacting dark matter, making it just start to glow. And we did all kinds of light experiments.
You dumb fuck!
We just reached Matt Powell, the air and space level stupidity.
But did you realize what he effectively said? He said that the light impacts dark matter, which is him saying that dark matter and light interact. Well, go tell the physicist, buddy, because we'd love to find it with our optical telescopes.
We would love to. We're searching for dark matter in like a trillion different ways, and we cannot find it yet.
Okay,
except gravitationally and with
sorry, I know this is like 5 minutes late, but some people think that there's some sense that could be made out of any of this, and to whatever extent that can be done, would you mind catching the non-scientist up on what Rodger is trying to get at?
What Rodger's trying to get at is that dark matter is an obvious and easy to explain thing when he has no idea what dark matter actually is or why it is a thing that exists in our modern understanding of the universe at all. Dark matter is stuff that has gravitational effects, and like basically that's it. And because of that, it has effects that we can see in the universe, but we can't have any of those. We can't see any of those effects like in a laboratory, and we would love to. And anybody who finds it, I mean, like that's like brain dead, no questions asked, Nobel Prize, that kind of thing. But it's not the easiest concept to explain beyond that, I guess. What do you think, Leo?
I wanted to say really quickly, I can't remember the name of who asked it. They wanted to know what a monopole was, and then somebody else shared a definition that doesn't really do anybody any help because it's very technical and doesn't make sense to the normal person. A monopole usually refers to a magnetic monopole. Imagine an object that only has one magnetic pole, similar to electric charge. Electrons only have negative charge. They do not have both positive and negative charge. But magnets have both a north and a south pole. You take one magnet, you break it, you now have two magnets. Both of them possess a north and a south pole. So With magnetism, is it dipolar or bipolar? I think it's dipolar. Yeah, dipolar. Whereas with electricity,
It
objects,
can be
if I
bipolar,
remember, don't ever come, or at least very, very, very. Do they ever come with both
yeah.
positive and negative, or not? I know it's like theoretically possible.
Elementary particles,
I don't think so.
no, but so elementary particles, no. But so my advisors in grad school, they had an experiment where they were trying to measure the electron EDM, the electron's electric dipole moment, and basically to see if there was a more of the electric charge on one side of the electron than on the other side. And the last I checked, they had ruled that down so that if the electron was the size of Earth, then the most asymmetry you could have would be if there was a little bump, like at the equator, if there was a little bump that was like 3 protons tall. That's how round the electron is. But it
got
is
really funny.
Which is possible in theory, and we're trying to measure it.
It got really funny when you said, well, if the electron were the size of the Earth, fucking physicists, man, and their goddamn spherical cow scenarios. You ask a simple question, and all of a sudden, well, if the electron was as big as the Earth is.
Well,
that shit just cracks me up.
But my point is that it we checked and no, but composite particles totally have electric dipole moments. But
yeah,
I don't know
what's also interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if quarks do or something. It could be
more for the chat, because I'm sure Tapioca Weasel already knows this, but there are elementary particles that have fractional electric charge, like the quark.
Yes.
Like the up quark is plus 2/3 the electric charge. I believe it is.
Yes. Up is plus
because
2/3.
a proton is 2 up quarks and 1 down quark, and that would be 2 plus 2, or 2 plus 2/3 electric charge, and then 1 minus 1/3 electric charge, which would take you to plus 3/3 electric charge, which is why the proton is positively charged.
Yeah, no, I went down to Quarks and asked for some jumper cables, and I couldn't get a goddamn thing out of the guy.
I hate the fucking name quarks. Why did physicists do that? It's just so dumb. It's so dumb, and it sounds just, I don't know, weird and gross. They should have called them chromons.
Anyway, I don't think any of you people understand the depths of Rodger's wisdom here.
No.
So let's find out a little bit more.
If I were to dive into it, I'd hit my head.
Oh, let's do it.
But you're going to see the results of that in a second.
It is an empty
I'm going to show
pool,
you
so
this
there is
exact
that.
same thing, only it's with a laser. Light spins like this. It's spinning, and it's scrubbing what's in front of it, twisting itself backwards. Now let me show you what happens with actual light. Light doesn't flap like this. Light spins just exactly like that.
This is an amazingly stupid exploit. This is amazingly stupid. I watched through this and I was almost going, oh my God, I needed to die. I needed to die in that moment. It was really difficult to watch, but let's go. Keep rolling.
Okay, just saying circular polarization is totally a thing, and so is orbital angular momentum, and also photons do have angular momentum, sorry.
Is a magnet, basically, is a dipole. And
it's not a magnet!
It's not a magnet, that's true.
It's not a magnet.
Slit with a venturi, and some would go this way, some would go that way.
Come on.
All right, they're ready. All right, we're going to go through all of these, but this is the spinner, and this is light through a venturi. That's the pattern it makes after it comes out the other side of the venturi. So the light is spinning, just like I showed you with the galaxy. Sun goes off this way, sun goes off this way. And this is on the other side of...
By the way, chat, I have no idea what's on the screen. I've seen him show this photo before, and it's just random photos of overly saturated, laser patterns of some sort.
Can I answer the question?
What a lepton? Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. So leptons are a particular classification of elementary particles which possess half spin. Their spin comes as spin 1/2, whereas bosons are always whole numbers: spin 1, spin 2, spin 0. And they do not interact via chromodynamics. So they only interact via either electromagnetism or weak interactions.
Yes.
So you'd have quarks. Quarks and leptons are the two categories of fermions, or half-integer spin particles. And then bosons are the integer spin particles. These are generally your force carriers, your gluons, your photon. The photon is a boson, so that's the difference. There's a lot of ons, and then there's quarks, which is why I say that they should be called chromons. Also because we call it chromodynamics. And they carry a color charge. But let's call them fucking quarks. God damn it. It's a good thing I wasn't alive in the 50s, because these motherfuckers, I'd have been on one with these guys.
Yeah, well,
I mean, yeah.
I was.
Venturi on the wall.
Why didn't you do anything, Steph?
I had other fish to fry, man.
Oh, Titan, you can't try and get me sidetracked like that. It's not okay. Okay.
I love this guy with his slinky over
They
here.
are
or his
repulsion
jet
patterns because of
spring.
magnetism, and they are the same thing that we see
It's
these
not
glowing little lines.
because
here.
of magnetism, you idiot.
To be absolutely clear, these two images have nothing to do with each
Nothing
other.
to do. No, not at all.
Like, at all.
I mean, what?
But they're
Each one of
both
them puts
glowy
a
things.
Flavor too.
No, they're
This
both glowy
video
things.
goes
Come on.
in great. It goes into great detail about something that is absolute nonsense. Like, Roger, please, can't you find another cave to fuck? I mean, really? Yes. What the hell?
They glowy things. Oh my god.
Wait, you tell me that those are not both glowy things.
In a gallon of milk or a gallon of water? Well, I mean, the difference is going to be minimal. Probably something like 10 to the, 24th quarks in a gallon of milk, something like that. A very, very, it's probably even slightly higher than that. It's a very large number.
Are we talking about homogenized milk or pasteurized milk or just natural milk?
That's also a very good question. That makes a
know.
difference.
Anyway,
Because cream rises to the top, and obviously Roger is the creme de la creme. Let's roll the
Do you
tape.
remember the last time that Leo was here and he
Jesus, this
counted
guy's an
all
idiot.
of the open tabs?
what was that?
I remember that, yes.
That was awesome.
God.
Wasn't that Tapioca Weasel's tabs?
Yes,
I think
so.
it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, he had like 30-something tabs open. And I
think it was
counted every one.
98, yes.
It was
Really?
98, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Uh-huh.
How many? No, I don't know. It's a lot.
104?
That's harsh.
Ugh.
That's harsh.
All right, roll the tape.
Each other's line. This is push to shove, push to shove, push to shove. That's what causes these glowing particles, and they say same glowing particles that you find in light. You see this? Let me turn the lights off because it makes a better presentation normally. Now, this is nothing more.
I don't know where this is going, but it's going to be painful.
Yeah, you
Then
haven't watched this, Tappy?
I watched it several days ago, and I like to skip around in these things because, I don't know, I hate myself.
Yes,
And
I
I like
I will tell you, this is absolutely going to be painful.
Okay,
Roll
well,
Pulsed red laser. Bip, 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 bip. Well, this is the very leading tip of the pulsations. So it is the most interactive with all the particles that are in the air. That's why it's glowing more.
That's right,
brightly than
baby. I'll
anywhere
send
else,
those
'cause
pulsations
wherever you
through your
push
body.
and you get shoved back, you get glow. That's energy. Energy is mass. That's correct. Einstein was right. Energy is mass. It has nothing to do with the speed of light. Mass has to do with everything, is how fast it's going, how heavy the particle is in the first place, and secondly, what it hits up against. Speed of light comes up and down. It's not a constant whatsoever. And I'll show you that quite clearly as well.
What?
So there's particles in here. Not just one. There's a
he's going to show us quite clearly that the speed of light goes up and down and has nothing to do with mass. That's what.
I have no
Leo.
idea what up and down mean. What the fuck does it mean? I know what it means to run a constant, but what the fuck does it mean for one to go up and down? Unless we're, I don't know. Can you apply ladder operators to constants? I don't think you can. I don't think that's how they work.
Well, not with that attitude, you can't.
A bunch of them. And these, every one of these is a gas in the air or an extra electron. And then the electron is the white part. You'll see this in a second. They glow. The black part just stays around with them. It hugs up to them. It does not glow. And here's the particles themselves. This is exactly what they look like.
He thinks that these are particles instead of what they obviously are, which is image artifacts.
I'm just gonna hit my pipe here real quick.
I mean, that's the healthy decision, Leo. That's a healthy decision.
Yes. And again, since we're 45 minutes in, for any of the newbies, do not do this stream sober.
Yeah. This is 50% Everclear and 50% Strychnine. Okay? So that's, yeah. It's not, for the record. Don't do that.
Sir Sick does this with whiskey. I'm thinking of upgrading.
Just copious amounts of whiskey.
This is the neutrino phase where the particles.
It is not the neutrino phase.
There is something I did want to say to some of the people in the chat, that they're all very, very wrong and stupid. Because the top quark is obviously the best quark because it's thick. That's a thick butch right there, I tell you what. What is 173 gigi electron volts over C squared? I think it's 173 gigi electron volts over C squared. Thick bitch.
I don't remember exactly the math. It's roughly.
Dude,
it's
that's more than the Higgs boson. It's
is what I
it's
remember.
greater than the Higgs boson. Higgs boson I think is like 135 gigi electron volts over C squared, which is pretty thick. Pretty thick and juicy, but that top quark, let me tell you, whoo!
Yeah.
I think it's actually the heaviest elementary particle on the standard model currently. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry.
The same particle, but it hasn't got enough energy or it's got too much energy. I don't know what's going on at this point. But then it shows up as a photon. See, here's another. This is neutrino.
Weakly interacting monopole. That's funny.
Photon, and then still another photon, and then here it slams into the Venturi, and all bets are off. It just turns into the white and the black particles separated.
See, there you go.
And that I can show you as well, right here.
Thank God. Jester, Lord of Fools. Yes, you can trust anybody on the YouTubes calling themselves Jester, Lord of Fools. Damn straight.
I trust Jester.
Why does this profile picture kind of look like the RuneScape R from RuneScape 3?
Because
I'm so skate-brained, it's not even funny, dude. I've been playing that game since I was 7.
You and I have been playing it for a similar amount of time then, because I'm older than you, but I haven't been playing it since I was 7.
You ever PK?
Not really. Anyway, we should
The only
detail about RuneScape.
The only video game I am adept at is Pong, because that's how old I am.
Like beer pong?
No, Pong.
Oh.
wow, this is turning into a Steph.
Like
And
ping
that's
pong?
accelerated to go through this.
I don't know what's happening right now. Hey, Peter.
What?
We're listening to Rodger.
Hivesci, hold on to that idea.
Rodger, enlighten us about what this.
Sure, Venturi is known for that. That's its function in life, is to accelerate things, and primarily gases and fluids. And light is nothing more than a gas or a fluid. I call it atomic
Atomic what?
vapor. Fluids. And light is nothing more than a gas or a fluid. I call it atomic vapor.
I like
It's just like a gas or a fluid.
Well, here's what people need to understand about Rodger. Rodger is essentially an engineer, right? That's what he does. He plays with this stuff, but he doesn't understand the basic.
Well, okay, hold on. You cannot insult engineers in that way. That was really, really below the belt stuff.
Ferone Salas knows what's up. Yeah, that's my guy right there.
Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to insult engineers. Some engineers have some understanding, but
It's okay, Stephanie. I'm here to insult the engineers.
Most do actually, but this guy, it's just this is my little wheelhouse, and I know this, and I'm gonna relate everything I know to gases, and it's no, dude. No.
Well, actually, there's a way in which Rodger is kind of I'm sorry, Stephanie. I just had to.
There you go. You're doing it again, you motherfucker. No, there's no way in which Rodger is correct. In 150 million different ways, Rodger is full of shit. And he's encouraging 150,000 people to be equally as full of shit as he is. That's why you need to be a little more militant here. Fucking
or
idiot.
smoke or whatever, but it's a particle. And the particle has both the black and the white, and here it is starting to gain energy. The white is starting to glow, and it will glow like crazy. And I can show you that as well. And here it
Like
happens
crazy.
to be
You guys
just
know that?
exploding
Light
glow.
glows.
And this
Stunning.
Who would have thought? Why didn't somebody like, I don't know, Albert Einstein, or even better, like Richard Feynman or Paul Dirac, why weren't they able to figure out this astounding fact that light glows?
Leo, they were dubs. They were dubs. They had no idea.
They could not compare to the incomparable Rodger. That's why.
Well,
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what's called a white electron shower. This is subatomic nuclear explosion. Fission here. The black comes away from the
Well,
white.
which is it, subatomic or nuclear? Because those aren't the same scale. The nuclear scale is close to the subatomic scale, but they're not the
You
same.
want to get? What are you trying to get technical?
Oh yeah. The elementary
Well,
scale and the
it
nuclear
seems
scale are
to
very,
me,
very different.
It seems to me, young man, you're talking about bukkake here.
Subatomic and elementary are not necessarily the same thing,
Yeah.
though. So I think
that's what I'm saying.
technically he might be right, and I don't actually think that I'm shilling for him in that case. But Steph will probably disagree, so I'm just going to press play.
Here it comes back.
Of course
Here
I'll
is
disagree
raw
just for the fuck
white
of it.
electron energy. This is some serious energy. Now, if we can harvest it right here,
know
which
it.
is what I'm asking for, if that could be done, I think we could get free energy. Because the energy back here is very, very weak
This is
compared to the
even
luminosity
worse.
here. Luminosity.
Does he not already know?
No, he does not.
Does he not already know that there is a way to use particles to get almost, like, kind of technically free energy? Because it'll last longer than we'll probably be around as a species?
I'm not convinced.
Does he not know that
knows
exists? Does he also not know that we've used it to make really big booms and, like, wipe out hundreds of thousands of people 2 times? Not just fucking once, but twice?
I'm not convinced he knows how to read.
Boom, boom, out go the lights.
No, he probably doesn't.
Is the definition of energy. When you go from low luminosity to high luminosity, you gain energy. Case closed.
No.
Right, here's the same thing. Here's the green coming through the venturi, and these are the particles as they
realize it.
they form as they recombine. They turn into photons out here. The red does it a little different, it appears. The red creates the photons before they hit the venturi. And then when they come back together, I got to be honest with you, I'm not 100% certain what, but here they are coming out and breaking apart here and coming back together here. Now, what they do in this is...
I just want to say, I have no idea what he's talking about. Sometimes, my mom occasionally watches our show, and then I'll talk with her about it later, and she's like, I didn't really follow it. Yeah. Yeah.
Say hi to your mom, dude! The fuck is wrong with you?
Happy.
She's not
Happy,
always
yeah.
watching.
First of all,
Yeah,
say
she said
hi to your mom.
sometimes. So what's the statistical probability that she could be watching right now, huh, guy?
Like 5%?
First of all, say hi, Mom. And second of all, say, I'm sorry, Mom.
Well, you know, she raised me, okay? She has a better prior for what I'm going to get up to than all y'all. So she knows what she's saying.
enough.
To some extent. she's commented and she's like, I couldn't really follow like what was being talked about, and that's because there is no through line. It's not our
Because
fault.
it's all nonsense. That's true.
Every sentence is its own complete adventure into total nonsense that doesn't make any sense. If you're totally lost, we are too. We are also totally lost.
Yes.
And we
Exactly.
apologize for that.
Do you know what I feel like when I watch Rodger's videos? I don't know if you guys have seen it, the one meme with the one kid. Wow, it's the land of make-believe!
Yeah,
Exactly.
believe. Yeah, I love that.
They come back as Higgs. In a green, they come back as photons. These are photons coming and showing up.
Coming back like Jesus.
The red does not do
No,
that.
this is like where it's like they come back like Higgs, and he's looking at these photographic artifacts as if they are real things in the real world, and they're not. They just aren't. They're just, shit on the screen. Like, he's got all these things circled. It's like, what? What? Oh, man, you're so... 150,000 people believe this guy's got some sense to him. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that half of them are just hate watchers.
I
have
mean,
to.
to be
I have
fair,
to.
every time I try and press the subscribe button, everybody on the panel like freaks out and gets mad at me. So I don't know if there's that many hate watchers.
The red shows up out here as Higgs fields. These will turn into Higgs fields, I think, eventually. So the red
There's
just
more
is
than
not
one?
concussive anywhere near.
Oh,
Here's what
shit.
happens with the red. The red
That's not
What's
good,
this
guys.
asshole even think a Higgs field is?
Well, apparently there's more than one. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not good. Ah, shit. Ah, shit, I might have to go if there's more than one. Oh, no. Oh, fuck, guys. This is really bad. This is really fucking... We're going to need a lot of paper towels. A lot of paper towels.
I think so. That's true.
More paper towels.
God.
comes through. Okay, right here. It accelerates. You saw the black and the white together, and then they just split apart. The white goes through, and it comes back together with the black here. But when it comes back together, it doesn't come back as a photon. It comes back as a Higgs field. And the green will do that as well. But here's the red. Here's what happens to the red. You see, it comes all through here, and then it just turns into these fields. Those are Higgs fields. The green.
Those are reflections. Just saying. Those are reflections. I don't know what they're reflections of. I don't know what this is a picture of, but those are totally reflections of one thing that's just getting copied.
But they come back as Higgs fields.
Will,
What the fuck does that mean to this guy? It certainly doesn't mean what Peter Higgs meant by it.
will absolutely turn into Higgs
Wait,
fields
whoa,
as well.
no,
But the
hold
first-
up. Who just made that noise? Oh yeah. Who was that? Okay, that was you. All right, what the fuck was that?
It's pain.
I think
It's
Purple
pain
has it right.
incarnate.
Higgs field
Yeah.
is home to the atomic football team. I think yes. Yes.
Pain incarnate.
It's the nuclear junior senior high school atoms, and their home field is the Higgs field.
Yeah. Buffer? Why are you buffering?
God almighty.
Boofa.
So bad.
Okay.
You've never boofed Tapioca Weasel?
Girl!
Oh.
You know what boofing is, right?
I know what boofing is, okay?
What is boofing?
I'm not going to go into it, okay?
Okay,
It's yours as
type
well,
it
but
to
the
me
first thing
as
is
a
that-
private
Hold on,
friend.
Hold on. Let me put this in context, Leo. On Friday at lunch with members of my research group, I was like, hey, I do like a podcast show on Sunday evenings, and they were like, oh, where is it? And then they went and subscribed to the channel. So it's possible that I have people from work watching this. So no, I'm not going to go into what boofing is.
So they want you to. They're sitting there going, "Nah, do it, do it, do it, do it."
I am 100% sure that they are probably
The
not
fact
doing
that you
it.
don't want to describe it tells me that you almost certainly know what it is.
First thing it does is instead of just
fair.
going directly from the
Were you saying something, Steph?
Well, I was going to say, Leo, I think you can focus on the eccentricities of Mudfossil University rather than
It happened. It happened because Tapioca said buffer, and then I said boofer, and then that reminded me of boofing.
I understand.
And then that kind of went off.
I'm following the whole rationale.
I apologize.
But
It's my
still,
autistic ADHD
let's
brain.
try to
It
focus.
just goes.
Let's try to
raw
focus
white
on the.
to the Higgs.
Yeah.
It goes from the raw white into the photon phase and then into the Higgs. I believe that's what because it's just
Yeah,
more
you
powerful. It
believe
has
a lot
to
of
step
shit.
down a phase. This doesn't have to step down. It can just turn right into the Higgs. And it did some very interesting things. This is really interesting stuff. See, here's the green coming out of the Venturi, and then turning into the photons. All right, ours when it came out of Venturi, it just turned into the.
Do you think a photon is a
shower.
pixel?
I have no idea. I guess.
Well, to some people, all elementary particles are pixels, and reality is just a computer simulation. And life's a game that plays us.
Well,
I think the Mudfossil's getting to me.
in reality, in the understanding, all of these things are concepts, right? I mean, all of these things are things we've come to appreciate in as a way of looking at the universe and as a way as expressed in things that we see, and we can explain them through equations and all of this stuff and this
Technically,
guy's
yes.
sort of technically and physically, yes. That it's like this shit's real. We can see it in the math. We can see it in reality. We can see it in every fucking way, except this guy's looking at photographic artifacts and making shit up. It's the same thing as the goddamn Bible. It's like, I see this thing, and it's like, it must be like this. It must be like that. But the stories that science creates through mathematics, through physics, through actual study and actual experiments, they're borne out. The stories that people make up out of their asses aren't necessarily so. That's the difference.
Just really quickly to Ferron. Yeah, probably. See, the chat's asking the real questions here.
I have no affiliation with chat. I just want to say that.
Right.
Yeah, well.
Right.
Except for maybe Peter, if Peter's in chat. He wouldn't say such grotesque things. He just thinks the Earth is 6,000 years old.
And then back into the Higgs. This is a kind of a unusual one. You see all the little black particles coming off to this side? Those are all of the muons. There's none over here, zero. So, and I can see the Venturi is not equal on one side or the other. So it's like banging and sliding off, because these are the hard particles. This is just letting the light part.
What is a Venturi?
I don't know if
What
you're
is
being serious or not.
He keeps on using this word Venturi. I
You
don't
don't know what a
it means.
Venturi is? You really don't?
In this I forgot. I looked it up one time and I forgot.
A venturi is an area where space becomes slightly restricted, such that if there is a fluid
Yes.
flowing through it, the fluid's velocity increases. What? It's not. Oh fuck! It's not Bernoulli's principle, is it? No.
Hold on. Let Steph probably knows then if it's related to that stuff.
No, that's exactly what a venturi is. It's very important in sailing, and it's very important in fluid dynamics. It's very important in aerodynamics. It is, as Leo just said, a space where a fluid, be it air or liquid, is constricted to the extent that that where the force coming in is constricted, and to the extent the force going out is ejected. That's a venturi, and it's not, the equivalence of light to a fluid is a false equivalence. The equivalence of it just is.
By the way, yeah, I think I was correct. Bernoulli's principle states that an increase in the speed of a fluid occurs simultaneously with a decrease in static pressure or the fluid's potential energy.
Correct.
Yep. So the thing about for the record, by the way, this is just an example of like a thing that I never learned that, like I knew it at one point because I looked it up, but so yeah. Also, photons are not a fluid. So
No.
That's they're not.
And
so,
light,
yeah.
I don't think
By the
light really
way,
behaves as a fluid either.
No, it doesn't. And yes, this again is an example of Mudfossil guy Rodger making every problem into a nail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
And all he has is a hammer, and it's his head.
Yeah.
He just goes bam, 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 and the head trauma probably explains a lot. So,
Yeah.
I wrote
Venturi Highway. In the
pouring
sunshine,
rain.
where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. I'm sorry, that's America. You can't not sing America. Come on now.
Yes, I can, because I hate that fucking band.
Oh, fuck you.
It's okay. Yeah. Up yours.
Play button. The play button.
Have I told you lately how much I
Come on.
hate you, Leo?
The white ones will push away from each other. The black particles are being forced to come this way, but the white can push away from each other and create these waves of fields. The black just sort of pushes, and it is very small amount of black compared to the white when they start to compress like this. Look at this.
This guy's
This
racist, isn't he?
Where is it?
Yes.
Here it is.
No,
This was
he's
amazing.
just-
Again, this is Rod Warren. This is not me.
Maybe, but
And when you hear an atomic bomb blast go off, when you see the brightness,
I hear atomic bomb blasts go off so often.
you hear, and that's this pushing of the electric
Can you
field.
rewind that part real quick?
When you hear an atomic bomb blast go off, when you see the brightness, you hear, and that's this pushing of the electric field. And this right here is all there is of the black. It doesn't grow, it doesn't rain, it just pushes the white out of it. And that right there will burn a house down without even knocking the house down the wall until the black comes, and then out goes the house. Now, if we could stop the black from ever getting through, and all we had was
Peter, we have no idea. We have no idea what these are pictures of.
We don't know what they are, but we know what they're not. And they are not whatever it is he's saying they are. That's the best I can do for you.
Rodger has would you stop interrupting me? God damn it. Look, Rodger has like a folder full of rampant bullshit, right? There's just pictures of things that look like I don't know. It's not even pareidolia. It's just like he just has pictures, and it's like his evidence folder. Yeah, and yeah. So when he's talking about something, he just jumps to a picture, and it is
That top one, right in the middle,
Yeah.
very top row, very middle. What the fuck? I'd be curious to know what that's a diagram of. That looks really. Wow, this is an interesting library of images. I almost feel like it's. I almost feel like this collection is like the CP of physics. Like it's just that fucking bad. Why is this guy not getting arrested?
Steph is sleep deprived.
I think somebody forgot how to speak English.
Maybe the turkey feather got to her head.
Anything.
This is what
possible,
happens with long-term mud fossil exposure. It's new. We're studying it.
See, those are fast.
Because it's push to shove, push to shove. I push you, you shove me back. Next one, and they go really tight, and then they open up. That's what happens with the magnetic fields. They start to slow down. All right, this is a
magnetic field don't start to slow down.
So this actually
goddamn nut.
I don't know what I've watched.
Yeah, this is a good idea, though. We should do this stream so we can get 180,000 followers.
No, 100%, Peter. Anytime, I mean not anytime, but most times, most days, I'm totally down to do that stream with you.
Oh my god.
pole, which means a black and a white. There's a positive and a negative, just like a bar magnet, spinning like crazy through space, creating these magnetic fields. Well, what is a magnetic field? There's
Oh no, he went full Titan. Never go full Titan.
You have the positive white and the negative black. They're both in their own fields.
How the fuck do they work?
Only go positively.
So what is this supposed to be an image of?
A dipole of some type. Now, geometrically, this is a dipole pattern. I'm fine if he wants to say this is a dipole. Like, I'm fine. What type of dipole? Like, what is it actually? Like, what is it actually a picture of? Is it a photo? Is it a drawing? Is it a
AI?
computer thing? Is it an AI thing? I have no idea. But it is generally true that a dipole is a thing that has like two lobes. That's it.
I believe it is a cave. Looks like a.
Is that the inside of his head?
No, this is the cave he's had sex with. Because Rodger does that. Because he thinks like just random features in nature are.
If you look closely enough, it's just one of the giants. But vulvas. You know what I mean.
Well, let's all thank Rodger for not streaming the time he got his dick stuck in a blender because it was an open hole.
Well, I would not know. I wouldn't think it would be a blender. Maybe perhaps a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, I believe that.
I'm pressing
all
play.
the energy is down here. Well, not all the energy, but most of the energy is real, and they're tight like this, and it's pushed, and it gets to the end here, and then it loses its field because it can't push and shove back in.
That's kind of
We're going, Steph. We have no time.
No, just keep going. Yeah.
Fast end, but down here it's tight, and these are the poles. So it's spinning this way, and just click as it pushes back and forth against the particles it has to interact with. That's what creates these fields. That's what a magnetic field is. So why would...
Yes, Peter. Okay, and now we're back to the random green laser picture.
Light just coming at us create these fields? Because it's going trying to push through. But it's slowing down as it's coming through this. And I can show this with the blue. It's hard to see in some of them, but the blue we can see pretty clearly. This is coming through the Venturi, really hot. That's a tight spin. And then it starts to open up and it starts to drift off. Because it's spinning to the right and it will drift off to the left. This is one segment.
What is it? What is he talking about? What is happening right now?
I think it's the white glowy
No,
one.
that's it.
I'm just using Rodger's I'm just using Roger's super scientific terms. I'm learning a lot tonight about, physics.
I hate you so much for saying that sentence, Maya. If you ever.
Roger told us it was so simple.
Rodger also thinks that he is like, I don't know, the chosen one, and that everybody who has spent a lot of time trying to think carefully about things is just a stupid sheep who just I'm sorry.
He's, I mean, maybe he is, but
Lobe.
Yeah, it's a white glowy one.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Camera shot. So down here we can see it is made up of the same two particles that all the rest of them are, but the blue really hard to see. The red and the green are quite easy to see. You see the green right there? This one right here is getting ready to flip. You see how the white one is charging up? That's this one charging up. It's going to go whoop to the back, and this one will come to the front and start to charge up.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
I do. He's looking at, he's blowing up something and pixelating it and thinking the pixels are meaningful as far as particles are concerned, and it's all garbage. I mean, it's just garbage.
I give you time. I need time to erase. And
Okay.
then I need to organize. Sorry, I was talking to Maya because she made me beg.
That creates the spin.
No, I thought the
This
Sin Hope was apt.
This is
Oh,
a cool
yeah,
shot.
that's
This
true.
is
That's fair.
the Venturi's in here somehow. And again, I didn't take these shots, so I'm just analyzing the best I can.
That
But I can
kind of looks like Roadrunner, actually, to me. But
A Roadrunner?
yeah, Roadrunner.
Yeah, I-
Roadrunner, Coyote. I mean,
Yeah, I see where you're
it kind
coming
of
from.
does.
Also, I want to
See what
say,
I'm saying? Smell what I'm
After
saying?
being included in a submersible? Like, I don't understand.
Roger
No,
just said that he didn't take these shots, but for your own safety, chat, you should be taking shots.
You should,
Oh,
in fact,
you
be
should
taking
not.
shots without
Don't do
question.
that. I like you guys. I do not want you to die of like alcohol poisoning.
No, yeah, not too many, but like enough to like
Yeah. Within reason,
But like,
just
maybe don't like send shots to your like computer screen because I had to, put in that caveat when I sent the video out.
fair.
Baseball mitts.
So I don't know what the two oh, hey, Peter. Yes, we do know the answer to that question. We do know what bird Roger's feather is from.
yeah, it's turkey. It is definitely turkey. I mean, here is a turkey feather, and you can, if you look at Roger's feather, it is exactly this. Now, granted, Rogers has a little bit more fulsome character, but this turkey met its demise under my wheel. And hey, roadkill.
This is interesting.
My God, what just happened?
Fine. I broke my easel.
Oh no!
That's okay. It's a crappy easel anyway. I need to buy a better one.
Apparently,
I can tell you what, this is the pinch.
Wow, you got fucked
Wherever you
up
see
by
the white,
your
it's a pinch.
whiteboard.
Well, once I realized that I wasn't going to save it, I just kind of went full ham
that
into
is
it.
either that
you know.
that is either Roadrunner or a seahorse. But whatever. Go ahead,
like
Roger.
a peacock, but yeah.
Whatever.
And you can actually see the particles heading in. I don't know. I'm not going to try to explain it more than just what I see. But I can see that it appears to be that they're spinning in this way after they come out of the Venturi, which they all spin. And they want to get away from each other. They're just pushing each other away. White does not want to be next to each other. The glowing ones say, get away from me. In between is the dark particles.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The white stuff generally only wants to be around other white stuff. It's a big problem in society. You know what I'm saying?
And then all of a sudden they fluff up into the Higgs fields. The white particles coming through, but only on the red ones. The green ones react a little differently. They step down a step and then turn into the Higgs. Like this here, they step down a little bit and then they turn into the Higgs. It appears to me. I don't know. It's, this is, I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
Yeah, well, you're doing
this
a
was
lousy job, Rodger.
And don't forget that. Let's just start with the white showers coming through, creating the Higgs field. So let's start with that. They come through the Venturi. Here. And then they come out of here, and right here they create all those Higgs fields. There's where the black particles come back together.
Bing, bang, boom, zap, zoom, zap. It's Batman!
Holy tomato paste.
I feel like if somebody gave this guy an editing system, he would just be like a YouTube Michael Bay.
That is my dream.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that got that. Michael Bay, explosions, and yeah.
I'm all about explosions. Okay, and my name is also Michael. So,
Well,
Win-win.
that's good.
yeah.
To the white particles, so they slam into them. And here is that event right here. So that's where that line of demarcation is. All right, so here we are out here, and we're looking directly into the white shower. Well, way out here, they're hitting and creating these.
They're looking directly into the white shower.
The white shower. Is that another science term?
Science term, no. OnlyFans, maybe. Yeah.
Is that kind of like a bukkake?
Again, I don't know what these words mean.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
This one here,
shower. We'll just go with
that little white particle appears to be spinning backwards. It didn't make a normal field like this. It's an energetic little particle, but I think it's dragging this field into itself, and then it collided with one of the normal Higgs and created a very strange event. Very strange.
Higgs.
Indeed.
What?
And here it is right here. I believe this is that reverse spinning particle. All right, and it makes total sense when you think about it carefully.
It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense when you think about it at any level. Okay?
You can see there's some structure to it. Whatever that is, I don't know. I say it's
No, you don't.
spinning backwards. So in other words, it's spinning this way.
I would love to see Rodger, actually type up a scientific paper that contains the words in this order. Whatever it is, I don't know. I think that is the foundation of a Nobel Prize assertion. Whatever it is, I don't know.
That tracks. Yeah. I get behind that.
And this motherfucker's getting 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. Whatever it is, I don't know. But you should believe that my bullshit is the best bullshit you've ever seen. It's like, what the fuck? It hurts my brain. It really does.
Yep. You're not alone there.
All right. No. This particle here, I say, is spinning this direction. The normal particle should be spinning this direction. So this is going that way. This one's coming this way. This one bumped into this edge right here, and it stripped it off. So this one's going this direction. this was going this direction. Well, it grabbed a hold of it and it's spinning it, turned it really hot, and a little tiny cone coming off.
Grabbed
I
a hold
don't
of
know
my
what to think
turkey
about that.
feather and
Other
spun
than
it.
that, I
Any
believe
idea
it's a
what
reverse
this could
spinning.
be?
What was that, Maya?
What this could be?
I have no idea what it could be.
Looks like somebody,
The one on the bottom
a female.
looks like-
It looks like a female set her butt down on a scanner, and that's. Like you see at the top there, that could be one of like the cheeks and the legs, you know.
Jesus
And then the
Christ,
one at the
Leo.
bottom, you guys don't see that?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I did not. But
Oh well,
I
maybe
mean,
I'm
your
just a
guess
little
is as
fucking
good as
weird in the
anyone
head.
else's.
Well, I mean, to be fair, everybody in chat probably already knew that, Leo. So
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody in chat has had some interesting ideas of their own. So
You know what they say, right? Life's a bitch, and then you die.
yeah.
Well, paleo logos, you know, it looks like onion slices, like cheeseburger in paradise, you know. God rest the soul of Jimmy Buffett. Go ahead.
Particle. That's the only one I've ever seen of it. And it interacted with this field, and the only way I can account for the shape and the intensity of the increase in energy is because this stripped down and stripped this particle edge off and sent it off this way and just stopped the particle from turning into a field. It looks like to me.
What?
All right, this is both the red and
Jesus, but got no clue as to what field theory is at all.
Oh no, no,
I just none.
that's not in question.
Oh God, the guy's such an idiot.
Agreeing at the same.
To be fair, I've taken a quantum field theory class, and I barely have an idea of what a field theory is.
Yeah, but well, the particle is the instantiation of a field, right?
It's an excitation of a mode.
If you think about it, it's not that it's not real. It's just the instantiation of the field that can be observed. Like,
I'm sorry, but neither of you got the right word. It's perturbation.
Okay, perturbation is more correct.
Perturbation and excitation are both totally acceptable there,
But
Leo.
I actually would quibble with that. The thing that is observed as a particle is the instantiation of the field wherein the particle exists. Would you accept that? I mean, does that make sense? It's not. It's really difficult to grasp these concepts because the concepts are words and they're not the fucking math.
Yes. Also, this like field theory is not simple and easy to understand. It just like you can have intuition pumps for it, but it's one of these things that you're not gonna get an understanding from it from watching a YouTube video, even from somebody who understands the concept perfectly. It's not going to happen.
You understand it by doing it. You have to do field theory if you want to understand it, and you need to do it a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I have not done it a lot. I've done it some, but I have not done it a lot. And I'm also pretty open about that fact. Like, I don't claim to be really good at understanding quantum field theory.
Totally.
I claim to be really good at understanding how to align lasers and make multiple atoms. I'm really good at that. I'm really good at it. But yeah.
Yeah, the math of field theory, particularly gauge field theory, is interesting.
I can't do math. I don't know what it is, but
group theory, a lot of group theory, functional analysis, naturally multivariate calculus, multilinear algebra in certain instances.
But I do understand that the implication from the interactions of things in things like shit at CERN is that actually, matter exists in quanta in particles, but the particles exist in a probabilistic matrix that's explained by a whole bunch of other stuff. So yeah, there are particles, but they're the instantiation of the fluidity, I guess you would say, of the fields that contain them.
Well,
It's
Steph,
it's
what
it's
you're-
so hard to put into words, but it
yeah.
makes
What you're trying to do is you're trying to explain what particles are in quantum field theory, and my point is that
Yeah.
that's really hard, and
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to do it.
You know what's funny? Some would say, and I think I might agree with them, that quantum field theory does not tell us what particles are. It tells us what particles do.
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Same time. Green, very, very powerful. Red, not powerful. Low luminosity, high energy, low energy. This is coherent laser light, just one color. CERN and all the rest of them are using protons. They get every different color. They get all the blue, the green, the red, the orange, the yellow, they get all that, because they just spewing out all kinds of particles instead of one frequency of energy. They have all the frequencies and smashing them into bits and pieces. All right, this is what CERN.
I feel like I should have a lot to say about that, but honestly, I just want to move on. So I'm just going to move on.
I do have a
Let's
lot
just
to
say-
say about it, but we
Let's
should
just say
move
something
on.
about the particle bukkake that he just described.
Oh yeah, everything he just said is very wrong.
Yeah, everything. It's all wrong. It's just all wrong.
Extremely
All of it.
mistaken.
And most of it didn't even make sense. Like
Most of
Yeah.
it. Like,
His
not all
main
of it,
problem
just
is
most
that
of it.
elementary particles and even like composite particles and atoms don't have colors. That's not they don't have colors. Elementary particles don't have a size. They don't have a shape. They don't have colors. That's not particles are not objects the way that like your cell phone or a beer can or a lighter or a tube of chapstick are objects. It's not how this works.
Oh, and I would like to say, Leo, that Top lost, like, miserably. The entire chat wants some strange.
Okay, what?
Moving on.
Orc. Never mind.
And in the Fermi lab, they're taking a proton, which is all the charge bits, and a neutron, and they're smashing them together, and they're getting all kinds of debris. They're getting chunks like this and like that, and all the way down to little bits
What
and
did he
pieces
just
of the
say?
photons, and all the same particles I just showed you.
No time. We have no time.
I don't think
they
there's
think-
a proton neutron collider at CERN.
I don't know how they're gonna. I mean, how do you accelerate?
I think there's a
neutrons?
I think there's a proton. Yeah, that's the first thing. I think. And how are you going to do that with magnetism? I think there's a proton collider or something like that.
I believe the LHC is a proton collider. I actually, the things I don't know, right?
Because I think that's actually like what because the Large Hadron Collider is not the only collider. That's one of the colliders at CERN, which has multiple. Well, I mean, it's like it's like two rings, but they can do different things in different ways. It's really kind of weird. You know, I don't know stuff about that because
there's, like,
I do
three
actual
rings.
physics. I'm not an engineer.
Well, that was a charged statement, but okay. But I'll accept it for the provocation that it was, and I will move on. So CERN has a bunch of rings. The biggest ring did not exist, and there was a smaller ring for a while, and now that smaller ring, among other jobs, probably it's an injector for the big ring. So these actually sort of, you're able to kind of nest these cyclotron things all together in a weird way, but they mostly they only, I think, collide mostly just one type of particle, I think. And they do that in a few different detectors. So they have
they have 9.
Is it 9?
Yeah, they have 9 detectors in total.
Because I know about Atlas and CMS and
LHCb, and then LHC, and then Alice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, yeah, not a particle physicist.
But the LHC does proton beams, and then they occasionally do heavy ion collisions, like lead collisions and proton lead collisions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So are you
They
saying
do a whole
you're
bunch of
unable to answer
experiments.
Peter's question?
I was just thinking about that. You can get a macroscopic sample, sort of, maybe of neutrons. But it
Neutronium?
would be a neutron star. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be neutronium, and let's just say if you made a sample of it that like you could visibly see and could hypothetically set it on a desk, you couldn't like physically this wouldn't work, but just theoretically speaking, and you had stuff on your desk, it'd slowly start moving toward that object. That's how dense it is. That's how much mass it has.
Wow, that's cool.
It's really dense, and you can't make it stable without. We don't know that much about it. Maybe there's weird ways or weird solutions where you could have, periodic, less dense solutions that are topologically immune from decay inside a three-dimensional neutronium thing. But
I also think it's interesting.
These are just one little balls of.
Wait, what was Leo about to say?
I was just wondering if we could move on to the densest stuff we've got in front of us this evening, which is to say Rodger's presentation. So let's get really dense.
You don't mean the neutron magnet and how it works?
No, I just whatever Rodger has to say is incredibly dense. So let's go.
Of glass like this. And they're not. They are all particles. Every one of these particles is a dipole. That's the dipole flood theory. So they're seeing all of this
flood theory. Remember, this guy's whole deal is Mudfossil. He believes in a giant mud flood.
Yeah.
Can I say that one cool fact that I was going to say before? Can I just do that now?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, sorry.
Is it dense? Leo, is it dense?
Let him finish. He's been trying to.
If you had a sugar cube sized piece of neutron star material and you set it on the floor in your room, your orientation would be off and you would feel very weird because that's how strong its gravitation would be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's not dense. That's cool.
Debris, literally debris. We're seeing the actual particles that came from the light. This was
I'm not gonna lie. That's a 10 out of 10 comment from Titan there. I think.
Well, yeah. I gotta inject this with a certain musical note. Hey there, brother, who you driving with that cosmic debris?
Oh, what did I start?
A little Frank Zappa in there, and if you don't know that lyric, you can probably find the entire song, which is really kind of funny.
the light starts like. You saw it. It was light, real stuff, not just drawings. No, I think this was 2014, 2015. The Russians showed you could separate these particles in space in a vacuum chamber, charge micron-sized dust particles, inject it into this vacuum chamber. They created this. They flipped out. They had no idea it would do this. They figured it would create a lattice. And they created this black hole. And I understand why. So I got a hold of the Russians and
Hello, Russians! Hello, Russians! This is me, Mudfossil.
Okay, hold on. He got a hold of the Russians. But I'm a physicist, okay? I can get a hold of the Ukrainians, I think it was, in Back to the Future. Is that?
Yes.
I got a capacitor stuff from the Ukrainians. As one does. Get on.
Right.
This is
Can you imagine?
Do you know who I can get a hold of?
Farmers.
The fucking Bosnians, buddy. What's up?
Well, okay. I didn't.
Yeah. You ain't know what to do.
It was the Iranians. I thought it was Ukrainians, but I don't know. It's late, and I've had a lot of wine.
I thought it was okay. Who knows?
I'll get a hold of my buddy Shi. I'll call up the Chinese. What's up?
Oh my God.
But I won't contact the Israelis. Fuck them.
God, Leo.
I got y'all beat. I'm calling the turkeys.
I call
all y'all.
white people.
Wow, racist much?
Well, you know what? I like to win.
The hell?
Oh wow.
Hi.
That was rough.
Well,
That
according
was
to the
way heavier
transphobes, we
coming
should
out of
just
my
get the
mouth than I meant
transgenders
to
because
be.
they beat everybody.
But that's factually
Just
wrong.
Press
I
the
know.
play button.
The black and
But
the
the
white
transphobes
particles.
don't know that
You're right.
because
These
they're
are the ones
dumb.
we found.
Fuck.
They're done.
Exactly the same. And I
Fair.
didn't go well with Fermilab. Let me put it that way. Just
Didn't go
leave it at
well
that.
for me, lab.
But this is the light. That's the light coming through here, and then it splits.
That's
So what do we have? We have the two
the
particles. The fixed particle that Fermilab had a big long thing about. Fixed particle never changes size. It just has a big mass. And then they see this one, which gets bigger and gets smaller and has no mass at all. They call it a point particle, fixed and point. Now, I said, we found those in light. They're stuck together, just like this. One of them gets big and glowy as it pushes through,
Chloe.
and the other one gets small, and this one never changes. Never changes. It's a certain size, and we've got it so they can't get through the Venturi. All right, the Venturi is too small for the black to get through, but it can squirt the white because the white can get big and small. And it's exactly what they said,
Can
too.
it
Muon
squirt the
neutrino,
white?
electron neutrino. These are the two. The muon is the black, the electron neutrino is
Yeah, but he's forgetting the tau neutrino. Fucking dumbass. Fucking idiot. Sit the fuck down. You don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking kook.
Everything that was said by this guy, it's so monumentally wrong that like I want to frame it. I want to print it out and I want to frame it and I want to just like hang that picture in random spots.
You know what you should
at
do
my
with it?
workplace.
You should
you know,
print out the
it
transcript, roll it up, and it's going to be really long and thick and dense, and then just beat the fuck out of undergrads with it.
I'm rather fond of the undergrads.
With your Mudfossil bat.
the white and turns into electron showers. The black just goes on by itself. You're exactly correct. And they recombine this far away. All right, so that's got to be fission because they came apart.
Oh my
It's
god.
got to be fission. This has to be fusion because they came back together.
Oh my
I see no
god.
other way to just even think about it. And I'm having a hard time getting through to anybody. And it's,
Yeah, well, I wonder why, because it's total bullshit. It's like you're having a hard time getting through to people, except for the 150,000 people that think that your word is gold, and that's just such no, nothing that you've said makes any sense whatsoever, but you're going to say it anyway, and a whole bunch of people agree with you.
Oh, that's what that button.
this is something that could possibly create free energy. I mean, seriously, and quick, within weeks. If this
Oh
works,
God.
I cannot do this.
Oh
But
God.
I'm very fond of this figure personally.
Monstrosity. Dude, he's
I
got a
love
photon. It looks like a fucking alpha particle.
It's adorable. Well,
Yes, it is cute. Yeah, this is a very, very cute portion of the program.
Transition.
Laser!
Atom colors. What's the circle with the red
Venturi!
squiggly in it?
I assume that that's an AC power supply. I think that's what that means. I should know. I absolutely should know the answer to these questions, but
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a Corvair engine from. I don't know what the fuck, fucking guys.
all we need to do is take a laser and start with that low energy and force it to crush its own fields and squirt out the white only. And then,
What
There
the
you go.
fuck?
All right, let's just think
whites
about this.
only.
I love crushing my own fields and squirting out the white only.
Yeah, well, that's.
Tolerate that
I
much.
think actually, I do believe that Roger enjoys doing the exact same thing on a regular basis. I hope he just sort of does that. I just simply wish he'd keep it off the YouTube because I don't need to know about it.
So you're saying Roger should get an OnlyFans? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, that would be
I'm
awesome.
thinking maybe that would be okay. It's
He would
just,
literally
you
just
know,
do this exact thing
if he
on
wants to,
OnlyFans.
if he wants to ejaculate the white only, then you gotta just not do it on screen. It kind of
Like through that Venturi and get this result.
Well, he
And
does
all we
have a
want is the white.
Venturi,
The
or
white
at
is
least
what does all the
one
work.
he does.
And if we can put it through a photodiode into some capture device, batteries, it doesn't matter. You can just run it right into your equipment. Because as long as this is running, it's going to be a continuous feed.
God,
And if it is
guy's
this high energy,
weird.
which it certainly looks like it, that continuous
Wow.
feed should be in excess of the input energy. And if that's the case, that's free energy. And all you have to do is scale it up. And this is handheld stuff.
I'm really curious as to how much input energy Roger engages in order to get that white.
God.
white
You
only.
can carry it around with you. All right, this is literally stunning. If you look
It
back at
is stunning.
these little dots here, every one of those is a gas
Yeah,
particle,
wow. Look at those little dots. Oh my God.
a molecule in air, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, whatever it is. This is such an absolutely unbelievable amount of reverse energy. Look at this. This is the reverse concussive waves.
Yes.
And now, this was
yes,
just
Yes.
a very
Yes.
simple Venturi.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
And
Okay.
we're losing all this
Oh,
energy.
yes!
Look at the energy's coming
Yes,
out of here. Now,
reverse
if we
energy.
redesign this in such a way, and I have some
Yeah.
designs I
Yeah.
thought of that could capture most of this and not let it just all blow back out this way. You see, this here and this here and this here, those are other light particles coming
Blowing
forward.
out this way.
But you would never even see them because they're not energetic
Yeah.
enough. Now they're being pushed back
Family
at so
friendly
hard
screen
from this
here,
reverse
Steph. None of
electromagnetic. It's called our reverse EMF, reverse electromagnetic force, and it just banged backward.
That's not.
I'm sorry. It's just Jesus Christ.
Field to field, a field banging another field. It's so hard banging, it bangs back way back here. So my
It's so hard. It's banging, and it bangs way back here.
Oh yeah.
I won't emote any longer.
point is if we could capture this in some kind of an additional engineered device. Right now, it is very, very simple. What we could get out of there, I have no idea. But I can tell you what, this would be how we would be able to walk around and carry it. And this has already been proven. This was by Lawrence Livermore, I believe. Showed.
Oh, good old Larry Livermore.
For the record, I'd like to highlight that what we're seeing right now is we're seeing on his computer screen here.
Oh my
On his
God.
computer screen, he has a picture of the thing that he just showed us physically, and then also another level of his computer screen. And he does this all the time. It's delightful.
The low energy showers.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, see, because
Yeah.
this is just on the monitor. That's why it's like looks weird and stuff. And he does this constantly. See, this is the sidebar, and this is the sidebar of the sidebar that's on the screen. Because,
Yeah.
The electrons way back here, the little.
that's how you create quantum singularities that turn into evil monsters that devour the universe. Do you want quantum singularities that create evil monsters that devour the universe? That's how you do it.
Yes.
Low energy
No.
showers.
Maybe.
Well, okay, yeah, 2016 and subsequent years did happen, so that's fair.
Once they came through the Venturi, they go right through the roof. See, this is an electron shower. It's high energy. So if it's low energy here and it's high energy there, that's an increase. The muons, you see the muons up here? This is the muon track. It bashes up and it bounces off. This is the electron track. The electron showers. They come through and they go from low to high. Now, If we could do that, we could carry around something like this with all these little tiny lasers, because this is what we did everything with these little tiny lasers.
Oh,
Very, very simple Venturi.
fucking
And that
word.
could be micro size. This is all based on electron flood theory. So
It's all based on electron flood theory.
Electron flood theory.
What did he say earlier? It wasn't electron flood theory. It was it was muon flood theory, I think.
Electron vapor theory, something like that.
Well, there was atomic vapor, which
There we go.
I didn't make fun of because that's a coherent
Actually,
concept.
Actually, I think this guy is making the proposition that the entire world's energy supply could be powered by no, I can't say it because it probably would violate terms of service.
Well, yeah, don't do that on my stream.
You don't want a TOS.
Yeah, I know. This
This
guy
should be
said
looked at.
No, real quick. I do find it absolutely amusing that Steph legit had to have a cigarette.
I did. Yeah, I did. I did.
Oh, these are-
What the this
Years
guy
ago.
is such an idiot.
7-8 years ago, I've been trying to push this, and I can't get anybody paying attention.
Wow,
And I went to the
Jesus.
University of Geneva. I showed them this, and as a matter of fact, they just put out something
Yeah.
about very, very similar to this. I have to look that up, but they had something about. Well, I have to look it up. I can't remember. Okay, this is hard to believe, but it's true. This is at CERN, and this is April 22nd, 2023, a couple months ago. They're taking giant steps to look for tiny particles.
That's not what the did you? Could you wait? Hold on. Did I misread? No. Okay. That it does not say giant steps. It doesn't say that. I'm sorry. It says small steps.
A couple months ago. They're taking
You did
giant
say you
steps
couldn't read.
to look for tiny.
I'm a prophet.
No, go back. Wait a minute. That doesn't say giant steps, does it?
No, it doesn't. It
actually
says
does say
No, it
small.
says
Giant.
first small steps,
giant
aka. Well, it's the Jolly Green Giant, so perhaps we can give him a pass there.
These
'Cause
are the
it's jolly and green and
what they're describing.
diminutive in certain
What they're
certain
describing.
respects.
What they're describing are the first small steps from this man and giant leaps for mankind. That's what they're
Oh
describing.
yeah.
Isn't it inspirational?
Oh my fucking word.
This is hard to believe, but it's true. This is at CERN, and this is April 22nd,
Incredibly hard to
2023, a couple
believe,
months ago.
and it's
They're
not
taking
true.
giant steps to look for tiny particles. Well, what are they doing? They are creating a tunnel 56 miles long, 5 meters in diameter, under Switzerland and France. 56 miles. The goal is to push the energy and intensity frontiers of particle colliders with the aim of reaching collision energies of 100 tera electron volts. That's 100 trillion electron volts. But it's still on a single electron. You're not reaching that like a big, huge bundle of it. You're reaching it as an intensity level. All right?
So
Volts
when
are the pressure.
when was this video posted? This is
A month ago, and this article is from April 2023.
okay.
Or something. It's they're talking about the next generation.
The next
I don't think it's gonna
generation
happen.
of yeah.
I don't think
okay.
it's going to happen. I don't think.
I don't think so either. I think the next generation is going to be the Japanese linear accelerator.
Yeah,
I think that's probably the next.
Yeah.
They're not the quantity. We need to get quantity, and we need to get those high voltages. If we have the two of them, we're good to go. Now let me show you why I think we can do this with the design of the Venturi. Okay, this is
my
Atom
fucking
Central,
word.
and they're
No.
testing out the atomic bomb. And what you're going to see
Yes.
is the white particles that I showed
Maybe,
you.
maybe,
come
maybe, maybe,
through
maybe,
here
maybe, maybe,
and just burn the house up. and then the black ones will come behind it and knock the house down. Well, what if we could not let the black ones ever get to the house?
What
Don't
the
let the black-
fuck?
I mean, that's yeah.
What
Sorry,
would happen?
sorry for
Watch
screaming.
what is going to happen. The white stuff will hit it and it just vaporize it. Even all the wires and the poles and everything. Anything that's combustible will just vaporize.
Oh, this is one
Watch
of
what happens.
Roger's favorite
Turn off the
videos.
It is, and he's like, oh, this part catches on fire and this part doesn't, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He loves this video.
Because I got to run it
He's
slow.
got
I'll stop.
nothing. He's got nothing to say about a pressure wave or anything like
Yeah.
that.
In case you're not familiar, this is a video of a shockwave hitting this. Like you have seen this video before in your life, exactly this video, and it's horrifying, but also like
It's been used in like movies and shit, hasn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think
This
it's like
this
public
is-
domain or whatever. So.
Yeah, it is public domain, and it's what it is a video of an atomic bomb blast hitting a structure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because I want to make a point. but
the
the first thing
army
you see,
the army built this structure just so you could see what would happen. And what the first thing you see is the pressure wave
Well, we're gonna watch
from
it.
the blast wave.
Steph, we're about
That-
to watch it.
Yeah, okay. Roll it.
is just a brilliant flash.
No,
And that flash is when it goes up. Oh, it's gone off. Now, what happens? Instantaneously. I mean, instantaneously, it starts burning. So, but it's not moving. Now, I'm going to let it play and just watch what happens. Watch the wires and the poles back here. Every single thing that has any combustive value whatsoever to facing this light burns. But all it does is burn. It's not being pushed. It's not going anywhere. It's just vaporizing, and it's virtually vaporized now. Now, just think of this. What if we could just continue that way? This thing would just continuously burn. Now, what if it didn't burn? What if we could get in there and grab that stuff and put it down into our batteries? Because this is nothing more than what would charge your battery up. It's the same stuff. It's just electricity. It has no weight to it. All right, if it had a weight to it, it would push the house down. No weight. So what does that mean? It's just like your battery in your car. You charge it up. It's got plenty of juice, but you didn't add any extra weight to speak of. Maybe.
Technically, if you charge a battery, it is gaining mass because you're putting energy into it.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't know if that would be technically gaining relativistic mass or not. I doubt it, but because there's like 3 different concepts of mass.
But
Yeah,
the radiation.
it's one of these things where people have different interpretations of what it means, and you can do that with the same math. Like you can have the same set of math and be like, I think it means this metaphysically versus this. It's like an interesting thing, but yeah. So actually, the light does push on things a little bit, but also. What he just described was basically like, what if you could use the power of a nuclear bomb and use it to make electricity to charge your phone? And like that's what
Which
a
we do.
power generator is.
Yeah,
So
which we do. We use nuclear power to boil water, essentially, which is and to run turbines.
Yep. That's what aircraft carriers do. Hot rocks make a sparky and a roundy, and that's how they work. Another interesting fact before we continue. Photons can impart their momentum because they carry momentum to objects they interact with, which means that if I had a flashlight that was theoretically large enough and powerful enough, and I put you in front of it, and I turned it on, it would push you back.
this is how most of the compression. It's my understanding. This is how most of the compression in a hydrogen bomb is achieved by detonating a fission bomb right next to it, and the radiation pressure is a major contributing factor, at least. Like without it wouldn't happen. In compressing the deuterium and tritium that you put up there right next to it. Basically, that's how you make a hydrogen bomb. Is you put a whole bunch of heavy deuterium and tritium in a thing right next to a fission bomb, and
That is essentially true, and the other thing is of course the heat is going to reach the structure first, because think of a thunderstorm. You see the lightning, and then you hear the thunder. So here, first you feel the infrared that incinerates the shit, and then you get the compression.
Yeah, which we haven't even gotten to in this part of the video, because right now it's like, he's like the roof is on fire, okay, and it don't
That's
need no
because
water.
light is the infrared energy has reached this structure, and it's set it alight.
Oh shit! Sorry.
A tiny little bit, but probably not even very, very small amount. Let's put it that way. It's going to increase a little tiny bit in weight, but very, very small amount. Now, the other part is the weight part, which is coming now. That's where all the weight is, and that's the black part. So here it comes. The white is just finishing up. It's pretty done. Now watch. Boom. This is the black. It has no burn to it. None. Zero. It's cold. It sucks the white black.
That's exactly what the black does.
Lightning, thunder. Guess what? How many seconds was that? It's basically if you count to 4, it's 4 seconds between when you see lightning and when you hear thunder. And when you see lightning, it's 4 miles away. If you see lightning and you hear thunder within it's 4 seconds, right?
Per mile.
Per mile.
Yeah. Okay.
Per mile. So you hear lightning and you see lightning. You hear thunder in 4 seconds. That lightning struck a mile away, and you watch this video. Guess what? The thing lit up, and 4 seconds later, it blew up. Guess why?
Because the black
blew.
part
It
showed
didn't.
up.
It blew up because of atmospheric pressure created by the atomic blast. It lit up because of the thermal pressure created by the atomic blast. Same circumstance. Come on, buddy.
No, Steph, have you been paying attention? It was totally racist.
Well, I mean, it's also that whether he means it to be or not, he's totally
there's that too.
Saying the black is way more destructive than the white.
It really is. Like, he's like, oh, look at this part. This is just like, and this genuinely isn't like what I think he intended to mean, at least. But he's like, oh, the white part just does this, and then the black part.
The black part destroys everything in its path.
Yeah, right. Which is, it's like, and this has nothing to do with science. There's nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We've only got 20
seconds more. Yeah, we've only got 20 seconds more. How about we finish it up and then we can discuss?
Let's just blow it.
We can discuss.
It has no burn to it. None. Zero. It's cold. It sucks the white black back to it. But in its way, it bangs it all. Now everything comes back because you see it all feeding back because there's a void back where it all started from.
And then it just ends.
That's all of his videos, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they begin too.
Yeah. Like, hold on.
Okay, my friends, as you know, Rodger.
That is better than 99% of his videos. That is
Last time I did Rodger, it started legit.
Okay, my friends.
Yeah.
No. Like
I'm gonna start.
last time we started a Rodger video, it like he was in the middle of a sentence when the
And
video
a word,
started.
I'm pretty sure.
It's just
He was
reverse
saying.
Sopranos. Instead of it ending in the middle of a sentence, it begins in the middle of a sentence.
Oh, God.
All right, Leo, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Leo, it was fun having you in here for sure.
Yeah, even though I didn't really get to rant and rave about dark matter as much as I thought I was going to.
Hey, no time like the
Yeah,
present.
whatever.
Let everybody know what you do. Rant and rave about something.
Well, I was just going to talk about like a couple of reasons that dark matter almost certainly is not a modification to gravity,
Okay.
because it's actually really cool. And one of the biggest ones is
It's super cool.
we can see, we can observe galactic clusters and galactic superclusters, and they can do really cool things like collide with each other. And when they do that, all of the normal gas, there's friction, it interacts, heats up, it shocks and slows. But what we see is that most of the mass of these galaxies does not do that and passes right through. Modified gravity can't really account for that.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure I made like literally exactly that point, and I referred to the bullet cluster in particular as being an example of it. So, okay, I'm just saying. Like,
Yep. And we can also, when we look at galactic clusters, we see a bunch of spikes representing the individual galaxies, and then there's this big hump that they all kind of like sit in, which is where most of the mass is. So you can see the mass of the individual galaxies, and you can also see that the cluster's mass is not primarily just adding up the mass of the galaxies.
The best line of evidence, though, is probably the way it matches up so precisely and elegantly with a pretty minimalistically determined model of galactic universe evolution in the CMB. Like
Structure
you have
formation,
the rebounds, and you have different peaks, and you've got
Talking
two
about
peaks.
BAOs, baryonic acoustic oscillations.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And the spectrum of that is exactly what you would expect, and it fits. It's remarkable.
Mm-hmm, and it really is.
Anything else?
What do you think it is? I think it might be axions.
Maybe, I don't know. One of the things that the experiment that we're building is trying to test is dark matter. So it like particular classes of it. The thing about dark matter is the parameter space for it is enormous and huge, and it could always be something we haven't thought of yet, right?
Yep.
So there are a lot of experiments looking for dark matter, and our experiment is also going to be one of those.
Sweet.
So, yeah. Among other things, it's also going to be
axions, because if it is, it fixes two problems at once. It fixes a strong CP problem and dark matter.
Yeah,
if it's axions.
Because I mean, axions, like, sort of by definition, are like the thing that was conceived of by what's his name? I forgot. Wilczek, yeah. I think it's it was Wilczek, because he named it after a brand of
dish soap, I think, or detergent. Laundry detergent
that he saw in another country.
Which is
the CP problem, right?
What's that?
It's basically like it is the like thing that he postulated to fix that problem.
Yeah, well, because it was Roberto Pecchi, I think that's his first name, and then Helen Quinn with the Pecchi-Quinn theory originally. That am I pronouncing that correctly? I might not be.
I genuinely
don't think I am.
I'm not a particle physicist. It's I have a specialty, and like I've been in my specialty for long enough that I know how to think about physics, but I don't necessarily know that much background knowledge about all the different fields, particularly particle physics, which is one of these fields where there's a whole lot of popular communication about it. Relative
I was pronouncing it wrong.
The actual field.
It's Pecci, Roberto Pecci. But the Pecchi-Quinn theory was originally postulated to try to get rid of the strong CP problem. But the very original framework that they use doesn't really work. Weinberg came along and added some things to it, and then Frank Wilczek came along and added more to it, and that's where I think like the axion came from.
Yeah.
And then people considered what properties the axion would have, and were like, wait a minute.
Right?
Wilczek is a pretty cool cat.
Nobel laureate, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed he is.
For asymptotic freedom?
I think so.
If it's because I think I've seen him speak once.
He speaks a good deal. He's a very good communicator. He's good. There's a lot of stuff. Frank Wilczek is out there on the YouTubes. He's pretty cool.
From Wikipedia, Wilczek, along with David Gross and H. David Pulitzer, was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2004, quote, for the discovery of asymptotic freedom and the theory of the strong interaction, end quote.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself right now.
So Dr. Tapioca Weasel, we actually did get 6 new subs today. So for those who are new today or, haven't heard you talk about what it is you actually do, would you like to tell them what your field actually is?
Yeah, so I am an experimental ultra-cold atomic physicist, and I'm currently employed at Stanford University as a postdoc, and we are designing and operating at various stages both a 10-meter version of an experiment at Stanford, which is going to have it's a 2-point gradiometer using atom interferometry, and also a 100-meter version at Fermilab, which will have 3 different things as an effort to both test different models of dark matter and also as a gravitational wave detector for mid-range frequency bands that are not currently accessible by instruments like LIGO and Virgo. So that's sort of,
and that would that be like gravitational waves from like supernovae and stuff like that?
No, it would be from the rotating like neutron stars and black holes, but in the months, weeks, and potentially years before they actually collide. So you could
so it's just a resolution.
Them. It's a different range of frequency. Maybe there will be other sources that I'm like not particularly aware of. Honestly, I like what I do is I use lasers and magnetic fields and stuff to cool down atoms from like room temperature down by a factor of 1 billion or so, to make them very, very, very cold so that you can do super precise measurements because you know exactly what state the atom is in. You can do a calculation and say, okay, the quantum state is this. It's going to evolve according to this, which means when we separate it and we put the atom in 2 places at one time, the part of the wave function that's up here evolves according to a certain thing, and the part of the wave function down here evolves according to another thing. And the farther we split them, the more sensitive it is to the distance between them because of the fact that they exist in slightly different gravitational potentials. So that means that when you then recombine them and you do your interferometer but with your atoms, that it gives you an exquisitely precise measurement of, for example, the local gravitational acceleration. And then if you do 2 of these, that means that when you look at the difference between them, that is a measurement of the distance. And that is how it can be used as a gravitational wave detector, because that distance can vary. But on YouTube, I like to do pseudoscience, like debunking and conversations also. I have an ongoing sort of thing with a flat earth friend of mine, Pitch Lumen. I've had 2 conversations with him that have gone really quite well. And Maya's trying to get me to stop doing the flat earth thing, which is why we started this show, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
And now we're here.
I'm just committed to letting you not do it.
And here we are.
Yeah. Also, I had a conversation yesterday with Al Trucker, who's in chat. So that was just like we were like, oh hey, let's hang out.
Yeah, I keep telling him, I'm like, just put all of your streams into a folder, and then you can showcase the folder. Like Jenna does that, where she doesn't do her own content, but like anytime she's on something, she just puts it into a folder. And then if you want to see what she does, like she just, it's all right there, nice and neat. But he's like,
I don't know what
no,
you're
that's
talking
like
about.
actual work, and I can't do that.
Well, I
But
spent
he is
9 hours designing a website yesterday, so.
for bingo.
Hey, well, you know what? We're going to benefit from this, okay? Because we're going to be able to run the bingo for our show with the website. It's going to be great. People in the community, if you want a bingo game, I can host your bingo game.
Yeah, but if you want any of the actual content that he actually does, you should bridge too far.
What do you call this?
I know we started doing these because he's getting kicked out of Flurfers chats, which was hilarious to
I
me.
was so
And I was like, why don't we do anything else? And so now we started doing ghost videos, and then I don't know, it just kind of dawned on me. It's like everybody needs actual science, and I have an actual scientist co-hosting.
Where?
Why don't we just like do bad science takedown bits? And we've been growing ever since. So I don't know. I've had fun, but I can't do flat Earth. I can't. I did promise him though, for his birthday, or I don't know what day that actually falls on, but like that Sunday, maybe we'll do a flurf stream. Can't talk right now. Lots of wine. Flurfer stream birthday, which October, November, something, I don't know. It's just vastly coming up and scaring
November.
the shit out
My
of me.
birthday is November.
Yeah. No,
We
Well,
gotta do a flurf stream. Our next community stream, he was asking me for a 300 stream, and that came way too quick. I can't, like that. I hate open streams with a passion. So I decided our next like open stream will be a 420 stream. We're at 319. So if you guys want to find 100 of your friends to come to this channel, we'll do another open stream.
Steph, what about you? What do you got coming up? If you were done, Maya. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, fuck you. Like, just cut me off on my own stream. It's whatever. Actually, Leo is the guest. Leo's the guest. Leo. See, Doc, you were talking so long, you put Leo to sleep.
You see what happens?
All right, Steph, you're up. Who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
I'm nobody.
I'm
nobody.
Didn't you just qualify for the world championship?
Yeah, I'm me. I'm not a physicist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a experimentalist. I'm not a philosopher. I'm not a anything. I'm a sailmaker. I'm a sailor. I'm a woman. I'm an old lady, and I'm fucking tired of all the bullshit that keeps going on. And I have a little channel that I've got almost 200 subscribers to. If 10 more of you motherfuckers would actually sign up, I would very much appreciate it. I talk about trans issues. I do talk about science. I do talk about sailing. I talk about whatever comes across my goddamn mind, which some of you may enjoy and some of you may not. I just, I hang out here. I don't know what I do. I'm nobody. I'm just nobody special. But that's the whole thing. It's like we're all nobody special, but we're all special. in our own ways. And it really disturbs me with, what disturbs me the most are people like Rodger who distort science, distort the actual physical reality that we all have to live in, that distort the notions of who are people, who deserve a space. But that disturbs me. It disturbs me that these people want to deny people a spot to have a life. And that's why I'm doing this stuff. That's why I'm here.
Do you have anything coming up this week, Steph?
I don't. I have you can tune in if something ticks me off, or something irritates me or something delights me. You can tune in and see what I have to say about it. But mostly what I have coming up this week is finishing a mainsail and a jib for a sailboat. You can tune in and watch me sewing. I don't know. I'm nobody. Don't pay any attention to me. But if you
that is
like,
a great way to start the rest of the week, Steph. All right, Doc, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll walk you through this. Who are you? What's your name?
Well, to be fair, I went into that in like some amount of detail like earlier.
What's your name?
I forgot. It's Dr. Tapioca Ferret.
All right, and so if anybody wants to find you on any of your socials, what would they do? So where are you?
Oh, they would ask you, Maya.
They would ask me, yeah.
I'm Dr. Tapioca Weasel. I'm Tapioca Weasel everywhere except for YouTube, where I'm Dr. Tapioca Weasel, because I thought it'd be funny. I don't know.
Relax. I'm a doctor.
I swear. Trust me. And I do not have content on my channel, but you should go and subscribe to my channel anyway, because it's funny.
It is funny. He's trying to beat Titan in subs, so this will be hilarious.
If I get more subs than Titan, I will start producing content. There we go.
Bullshit.
I'm going to hold him to that.
I am aware that this is recorded and on the internet forever, and I just said that. So,
dude, I had like 300 subscribers before I posted a video.
Well, yeah.
All right.
I would tell people subscribe to my channel. I'll make content sometime later.
I'm like Titan, or actually, no. Titan says, I sub to me. I promise you, I will never make content, which is all right. So you had some things going on last week. Do you want to show any of that stuff out?
So this past weekend I did I had a conversation, sort of spur of the moment. We were mostly just hanging out with Al Trucker yesterday morning. So I don't know if somebody can put that link in the chat.
Great.
And the week before, when did I do my last conversation with Pitch Lumen, the Flat Earther? I don't know, but it was a lot of fun. I love talking Flat Earth with this guy.
He's an interesting one.
We're actually gonna be having another conversation on the 24th, on Sunday the 24th, but earlier in the day. It's not going to conflict with this. Not about that life.
And can I just sort of double pitch a little bit?
Yeah.
I want people to watch a conversation I had on my channel with Carly Chardonnay Webb on trans women in sport, because it's a long video, but I don't think you just don't see a person who's been involved in professional sport and a person who's been a sports journalist and a sportswoman, both trans, talking about this issue anywhere. You don't see it. You don't see that. You don't see the perspective. I mean, you can go ahead and watch philosophical discussions about this, about the issue, but you don't get down to the nitty-gritty. And I wish people would watch that video and appreciate the shit that we go through. I really, check it out.
Absolutely.
Something I'm proud of.
I was about to ask
proud of. And
you know,
I'm particularly pushing this because Stephen Woodford, who has 350,000 subscribers, has been pushing this issue since 2019. Tons of people have been pushing this issue over and over and over again, and nobody hears our voice and nobody cares.
all right, Leo, who are you? Where are you? And what do you have coming up this week?
I am a human being. I am on Earth, and I have nothing coming up this week.
Looks like a
Except
lion.
a lot of reading in my own personal time. What?
All right,
Like a
walk you
lion.
through this too. What's your name?
Well, I'm not giving out my name. Why would I do? No.
You know how this works. Roll with it, okay?
Yeah, I'm Leophilius. I have a channel. You should go check it out.
All right, and
Yeah,
where are
you
you?
should.
Like, if somebody wants to check you out, where can they find you?
On my channel.
On your
There
channel?
you go.
Do you have any socials?
Perfect.
Twitter. Nobody's
Twitter.
on Twitter, though, so.
Well,
Well,
because Twitter doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yes, it does.
It's now shitter.
It's
It's
shitter.
Twitter.
It's
It's been shitter, so, for like 6 years. But
it's not. Yeah, it's not
But
inaccurate.
we're right, is what you're saying.
All right, and do you have anything coming out this week?
Wait, am I doing a debate on MDD at some point this week? Maybe. I don't know.
I
It might be happening.
actually. I might be doing a debate on MDD. I have to check some stuff and talk to some people first, though.
The one I'm supposed to be doing, it's either going to be, it's not Wednesday because the one dude couldn't do Wednesday. I'm assuming it might be Friday or Saturday or something like that, or maybe next week, Monday or Tuesday. But it's supposed to be me and this other guy who are actually willing to have balls and take the atheist position, gods do not exist, and we will be defending that claim, gods do not exist. We're doing what so many atheists won't, and I don't understand why.
I think they've watched too many Darth Dawkins conversations.
Yeah, well.
Well, can you even instantiate the ultimate, like, presuppositional foundation of the intellectual
Of the modal-
that is
I'll go fuck
any
yourself.
factual foundation for any utterance?
The modal counterfactual that normatively instantiates your worldview? I don't even know what the fuck I said. I just took some words that I know and put them together.
I know,
What the
right?
fuck is blue sky?
Yeah.
It's what's going to replace Twitter because it's what Jack Dorsey decided to do, and he's just making Twitter again, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, basically. It's Jack Dorsey took the money and ran. It's like, all
And
right,
he's gonna
fine.
buy Twitter back and
Well,
delete it
not.
and then change the name of Blue Sky to Twitter.
To be fair,
He can do that now.
He can.
Dude, he should. He should literally rename Blue Sky Twitter.
That would be
Oh
awesome.
my god, that would be the big. If I was him, I would, because God, it would just piss Elon off so much.
I would do it just to piss Elon off, like for no other reason. Oh my god.
Yeah, but he's just one of those like guys that it's really fucking funny when he gets mad because he tries to make it everybody else's problem, but then everybody just makes fun of him for it.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say one thing. We should try and remember to do this. And maybe you were about to do this, and I'm stupid for bringing it up. Next week, our guest will be Dapper Dinosaur. So that is
There
who
you
is
go.
coming up next week. I think we yeah. So we haven't chosen the video yet, though. So,
No,
I
next
don't know.
week we're doing
Possibilities.
Doc wanted to do some kind of a what do you call it? Evolution something or other, and I'm just like, I'm shit at evolution. Like I don't like
Same.
We haven't
I
done
just
evolution.
because I'm yeah. Because
Neither of
For the
us.
same
Like,
reason that I don't
why would
have
I
any
do
of
that?
those videos on my channel.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
there are better people than me and Maya and Leo and
You are an
Steph.
atomic
Like,
physicist. I am an
exactly.
SJW. Why?
And I'm just a guy. We've got Gutsick Gibbon, we've got Aaron Raw. Like you don't need
We've
me.
got
You don't need me
Dapper.
in the evolution debate. That's why I debated Kent Hovind on cosmology, and oh god, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Can you put
I
space time in a jar?
yeah, I
Gosh.
can't.
Yes, of
He
course you
literally
can.
I can't. Like I don't know. I was actually really happy when
that
Dapper moved
question.
on
He
from like the. I mean, I
literally
still
asked me
watch
that
Can't With.
question. He also really
So, Leo, you just cut out for a whole
No, I'm
bunch
sorry.
there. You were like, so that was why.
Sorry. Yeah. What were you
Is he still
saying,
with
Leo?
us?
was that on my end, or
Well,
was that
It
like
was. I
what the
think it was
fuck
on
was
your
that?
end because
that
you
was
just
in
suddenly
your
cut
end.
out a
Yeah.
lot, and
Okay.
we didn't realize you were talking for a bit, so we all.
Oh
Over
no, that's fine. It's not a big deal. I was just talking about some really funny yet really dumb things that Kent Hovind said to me in our debate.
Everything he said. Okay.
Well, that the thing
Like
is,
the
you
podcast.
actually can put cosmology in a jar. That's kind of what inflation is all about. But leaving that aside.
So yeah, we do have Dapper coming up next week. So we do hope to have you guys all here, and I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of talking, but I'll be trying my hand at I don't know, making fun at creationist. I don't we don't know what we're doing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Or
But
yeah,
yeah,
the video was still it has yet to be determined still.
yeah.
So,
But it'll be a great bad science Sunday, which love you guys, and we
Always.
always try to bring in a fun, lighthearted way, entering into the week with laughing at idiots, and we will have that for you next week. So I hope this has brightened your day a little bit, and hopefully it's a lighter way to start your week, and you will, after a long, hard week of rampant bullshit, we'll be back next week to lighten it up a little bit more. We'll see you
Okay.
next time. Bye.
Bye.